I think we're around the same age, and I think what's weird about our age group is that we lived through like the first of all the shit that these kids are enjoying right now. So like we had the first computer, we had the first the touch tone phone came, and then we saw the beginnings, the video games. We saw the beginnings of the internet. Like we had all this bullshit equipment that we thought, I don't know if this is going to be a thing, and now here we are now. But then our worlds overlap. Like you just talked about having trading cards. Like kids don't know about that. With the internet, you don't need trading cards.
Yeah, but the adults ruined football cards and baseball cards because what happened was people from the 1950s, all of a sudden their baseball cards were worth tens of thousands of dollars. So then the kids in the 70s, like, you should save these. These will pay for your college someday. And then Topps flooded the market because so many baseball cards, because now they weren't just being collected by kids, they were being collected by like professional collector adults. And then it just got ruined. And then there were no rare cards because there'd be 9 million Pete Rose baseball cards that year. So then Upper Deck and them had to make them deliberately hard to get, a few of them, made them rare on purpose. And the whole thing just got perverted or whatever. And all I wanted to do was just buy the complete set so I could go through them like multiplication flashcards. Dude, I used to know the heights, the colleges they went. I knew all the offensive linemen. I mean, and year after year after year when I collected, there was a few guys would leave or get traded, a few new rookies, a few guys would retire, but you still had that core that you knew.
But that's basically Google now. That's basically like you go to the team page and you go, oh, offensive lineman. Let me find out about him. Now you can find out like what school he went to. You can find out like
their salary. No,
his
there's a lot more
salary, his kids. You can find out so much information now. Isn't that what that was? Do you are you saying you cherished that before? You cherished that way it was before, as opposed to all this information now?
Well, I just think I'm stuck in the past, and they were mine though.
Yeah, I got you.
That's what I loved, and I laid them out, and I'd look at them, and football players were bigger than life to me. Like I used to think their shoulders were that big. When I was a little kid, I'd walk around like this. My mother'd be like, "What are you doing?" I go, "I want to be a football player." She's like, "Those are pads." And I was like, "Oh, I thought it was like muscles. I thought they were like superheroes." So,
it's weird. They're actually small.
I think any time they're small now. They got real big into the 90s, but I think, it's the internet. Is having a lot of positive results on as far as kids. It's weird. It doesn't feel like there's scenes anymore. It's like the whole world is like one big scene now. But I can just tell you, having played drums and messed around with guitar, like some of these kids coming up because of what they can learn on the internet.
Yeah, man.
And with their God-given talents that I wasn't blessed with, which is why I became a comedian. There's some kids out there. It's just like they're as good as some of the guys that used to put out instructional videos. Not the top guys, but some of the mid-level guys back in the day when I buy VHS instructional tapes. It's like what they're playing, because they built off of all of that. They're amazing. They're amazing.
Bill, if I need to learn something, let's say even something technical or whatever it is, I Google it, and then a video comes up, and it'll be like an 11-year-old, giving an instructional video about, here's how you do this. First you do this, and I'm just like, wow, this is amazing, and then so like, and I know what you're saying. You can see the progression. It's like the internet is an amazing place, but of course it has downfalls too. But like, I look back.
But everybody always talks about the downfalls. We all know there's a bunch of fucked up shit on there, but like, it's like anything. It's like if you use it in a positive way, you can interact with it with whatever talents you have, be it like cooking to like, music, comedy. I mean, you can educate yourself on stand-up. Like, I can't, you can just sit there all day.
I know, it's crazy.
And just give yourself like a PhD in whatever the hell it is you're trying.
If dudes can do it in prison, so like a dude in prison can come out of prison with an education from just books. I mean, like what are we doing as human beings that we're not using this valuable source of all this like endless information that's on the internet? I mean, it's craziness.
I don't know. Well, because there's also something to be said about trying to turn your brain off every once in a while, just watching something stupid, watching some guy in a dirt bike, wipe out or something.